A Titanic deck on a Disney ship? What? Hello Disney Cruisers! Welcome back. I'm Ashley. If this is your first time here, consider checking out all of the other videos about Disney cruising. And if you are returning, then please give me a like down below so I can know that you're here. Thank you for coming back and watching another video about Disney cruising, because Disney cruising is the best! I'm sure we all have favorite parts on a Disney ship. And if you haven't been on one, well, don't worry, you're gonna love it and have about 1 million favorite parts of the ship. But I have one place on the ship that is like my favorite. Like, that is the place that I must go on every cruise multiple times in mornings and afternoons and nights, because it is just simply magical and I love it. One of the reasons that I love cruising in general, not that I've done anything, well, okay, I went on one Carnival cruise, but the rest have been Disney. So cruising in general basically means like why I love cruising, Disney cruising. I love cruising in general because I think it is so timeless. Like, it's something that like people have been doing for forever. Even though the Disney ships are practically brand new-ish, they do a lot of things that make it have a really classic feel, so it feels like you could be sailing 50 years ago or 50 years from now. I love the classic touches like the wood planking on the floor, on the decks, and I love the wood on the rails. But the best thing on the whole ship that I think make it seem super, super classic and timeless is Deck 4. What is Deck 4? Why do we care about Deck 4? Deck 4 is the Titanic deck. At least that's what me and my husband call it. It's the Titanic deck because it looks like you're on the Titanic. It's the running track that goes around the entire ship. Obviously, on the Dream Class ships, it is larger than the one on the classic ships, but they look the exact same. Deck 4, all the way around, you will find shuffleboard and a few nice wooden lounge chairs. And on these wooden chairs, they have blue cushions that just make it look amazing. The entire deck all the way around is wood planks on the floor, and it's also where you can see the lifeboats above your heads if you look up. A lot of people will have their muster drill outside on Deck 4, so at least you'll see it there if none other time. Sometimes the doors to Deck 4 are hard to find, which also means that most people are not on Deck 4, or they'll just see that it's the jogging track and be like, I'm not jogging, so I'm not going out there. So really, there's like hardly anyone ever on Deck 4. I'm telling you, it is magical on Deck 4. It's all shaded, so you can sit in the lounge chairs and not have to worry about getting hot. Sometimes you'll see characters walking around out there. Sometimes you'll see the crew going from one section of the ship to the other. They use that deck a lot. Sometimes you'll see families out there playing shuffleboard. We love playing shuffleboard there. If you go out on that deck at any time of day, it reminds you of Titanic, especially at night. They have just certain lights that are on that deck, and with the water right there, because you're on Deck 4, so it's like the closest you can get to the water on the outside. It's just amazing. Like, it's hard to describe, but I'm telling you, if you go out there, especially at night, you're gonna be like, oh, this is Titanic. I totally get it now. So you have to go out on that deck and then realize that it's Titanic. And then maybe like if everyone starts calling it the Titanic deck, like then what if like Disney puts it on the Navigator and is like, come hang out on the Titanic deck? How cool would that be? But then no, because then it'd be really crowded and that would make me mad. I encourage you on your trip to at least one time at night, maybe in between dinner and the show, go out on Deck 4, walk around it, walk around half of it, stay out there for a little bit. Sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's not. Sit in a chair, play shuffleboard, just do something out there. At least just walk out there, because it is absolutely breathtakingly beautiful and classic and timeless, and I love it so much. If you've been on Deck 4 and you know what I'm talking about, tell me in the comments below. Tell me I'm not crazy, and just reassure me that I know what I'm talking about and that it's the most fantastic place on the entire ship, and it totally looks like you're on Titanic. If you're planning your Disney cruise, check out my other videos on my channel. I have a lot of great information on there. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, then you should do so, because that means that you'll get notifications if you hit that notification bell every time I post a video, so you can be up to date on all of your Disney cruise planning. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit and finding out where the Titanic deck is. See you later, cruisers!